This video is brought to you by StarCharge, the largest EV charging manufacturer in the world. They are also a provider of residential and commercial battery storage with microgrid solutions. This video is also brought to you by Kempower, the reliable, quick, and scalable EV charging solution for everyone and everywhere.
Oh,
You all right back there?
yeah, that's awesome. Welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. I'm Patrick, and today we're going to take a look at this. This is the new e-demonstrator from Ford Performance. It's a F-150 Lightning Switchgear. It is super cool. We're going to take a ride in it, go off-roading with Von Gittin Jr. So I'm super excited, but let's go take a look at it up close first. So the coolest thing about this is the powertrain is completely stock. It's basically a F-150 Lightning XLT. The main things that they've changed, they've added fender flares. They added a lot of suspension work. Of course, they have these beefy tires that they put on it. But really, like, even though this is a bit of a e-demonstrator, any off-road enthusiast could sort of do this to their Lightning. It would take a lot of work. But the main thing is it's not like the Mach-E 1400 where it had like 7 motors and was completely insanely built. This is basically just using, they changed some of the suspension up front, so like a double wishbone up front. They still have the independent rear suspension. Everything's been beefed up. They have some Fox 3.0 shocks up front. And just really cool that they were able to do this with pretty much a stock F-150 Lightning. They did change the front and rear bumper so that it has a little bit better entry and exit points. And we're gonna go for a ride and see how it goes.
You're all the nature. Oh, slick. It's all, I'm thawing out here right now. So it's getting a little slick. Here's a little nature part of the tour.
There we go.
Dun, dun, dun. It's really getting slick out here. Good. All right.
Oh,
Feel all right back there?
yeah, that's awesome.
Feel good back there?
This is awesome.
I knew it was going to thaw out and be just turning to mud, so I'm trying to feel it a bit more for you guys.
I would say it's amazingly well.
Right?
Thanks, man. That was awesome.
My pleasure.
You know what? You just ruined Disneyland for me on Friday.
Yeah, my pleasure, man.
That was awesome. The next thing up that we're going to check out is the Ford SuperVan 4. This thing is a beast. Has 4 motors, produces over 1,900 horsepower. If you're a fan of the Pikes Peak race every year, it entered in the open class last year, shaved about 25 seconds off the record for the open class, dropped it down to 8 minutes and 47 seconds to climb Pikes Peak. Just an amazing vehicle. Let's go take a look at that. So the SuperVan 4 has been out on the track this morning here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. They're actually charging it up now. They're keeping the tires warm. They have the tire warmers on it. It's actually a chilly morning here in Charlotte. It was about 20 degrees, but this is going to be a super fun ride along that we get to do in just a few minutes after we finish eating lunch. And if you don't know, SuperVan is sort of like a Ford tradition. They've had these for years, and this is like the first time it's gone electric, of course. And just another one of their fun demonstrators, just to sort of, as they say, just to go out and have fun and see what they can do with electric technology. But you can see the diffuser back here. Trying to see if we can get in and look at any of the motors and suspension underneath. There you go. You can see a motor back through there. On this side, I'm assuming it's 1 per wheel. I'm going to take a look at it on this side as well. And they have some GoPros mounted, so hopefully we get some good track video. See the dash in there. Now, the rumor has it that the people that took the earlier rides of this while we were doing the Lightning ride-alongs with Von Gittin Jr., they got to ride with Jim Farley this morning. So Jim Farley, CEO of Ford, was actually doing the ride-alongs on the SuperVan 4 out on the track. I don't know who's going to be our driver, but if he gives us a ride-along, I'll definitely make note of that.
You're a Carolina boy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you ever been in a 1,400 horsepower four-wheel drive electric van before?
I have not.
Okay, well, welcome to SuperVan 4.
I am so excited.
Might not be fun.
What's the fastest 0 to 60 you've ever done?
Probably 3.5 seconds in my Mach-E.
Okay. We'll beat that.
All right.
Yeah, the Mach-E GT, I drive that every day.
Oh, yeah?
It's fantastic.
I love
What a great car. Good?
Yep. Wow. So that is Jim Farley in the SuperVan giving rides. I just got to do 2 laps. It was absolutely fantastic. Something that I wish everybody could experience. And it was really cool that it was Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford, behind the wheel. If you don't know, like, he loves racing and has entered in races. But to like give everybody a ride in such a powerful electric vehicle was really cool. We had a little bit of a chat as I was getting buckled in, and it's just really cool. He was talking about he drives his Mach-E quite regularly. So I love hearing that as a Mach-E owner. Also, if I didn't mention, Von Gittin Jr. was the one that gave us the ride along in the F-150 Lightning Switchgear. He also has a Mach-E. He drove it out here today. Very cool to talk to him about how he loves his Mach-E. And, you know, and Jim and Von Gittin, they both love ICE vehicles. They still have, you know, a passion for that. But the fact that, you know, you can have so much fun with electric was something that was appealing to both of them. And the one interesting thing, we'll talk about the switchgear and riding in that, since that's what the focus of this video is. It was just amazingly fast going through the off-road course. One of the sort of surprising things, like, you know to expect it, but like when you're actually doing it, what's surprising is how quiet it is. I mean, he was really ripping it, going through the off-road course. And all you really heard was the rocks and gravel and whatever hitting the wheel wells of the truck, but you don't hear just him flooring it. So it was also a little bit hard as a passenger because you couldn't, like, you don't get that feedback from the motor, like when whatever is going on. And they're getting ready to head back out again. I'm gonna spin around real quick so you can see that. That's super cool. So yeah, the switchgear was just amazingly fast to like be just going through a course like that, getting airborne even, and you know, talk to them afterwards a little bit. One of the really cool things about it is that it is not like outlandish to be able for off-road enthusiasts to do that to their Lightning. Like I said, it was an XLT that came off the assembly line that they modified. They basically changed the suspension components, put bigger wheels on it, put the fender flares just to make room for the wheels. So it's not like outlandish. Like the Mach-E 1400 is complete like redesign almost of like the motors. It has 7 motors instead of 2 that are in the regular Mach-E GT. So that's sort of like crazy level. Nobody's going to do that. But you could literally, like, you know, if you wanted to sink that type of money into your Lightning, do that. Very cool to see that Ford is doing that. Today was really about the launch of the 2024 Ford Performance racing season. So we got to take a tour of Multimatic and see the production of a GT3 that was in progress, and they're coming back already. They've already done their lap. So we'll catch this. Coming in behind us, hot. I have to note, like, I think Jim Farley is having the best time out here today, more than anybody else. So yeah, it's the launch of Ford Performance 2024 racing season. They have a lot of big plans for taking the ICE Mustang GT3 and they're selling it to customers. We saw one that they're getting ready to ship out to Germany as of today. So they are in production with those at Multimatic. Really cool to see that process. Of course, we're focused on the EV side of things, and the Lightning Switchgear, they plan on entering it into some expos and take it around the country like they have with the Mach-E 1400 and with the SuperVan 4. They may do some competitions with it, so look for it coming soon to where you're at. And then the SuperVan 4, doing the ride along of that, it's just super cool. The reason we did 2 laps is they had done a reset of the SuperVan 4 before we did the first lap, and Jim didn't notice that it was in road mode and not track mode. So we did the first lap, and we came back in, he goes, nah, that wasn't good enough. Let me switch it to track mode and we'll do another lap. And it was remarkable, the difference. The speeds were just a lot faster. He indicated to me that it didn't have the full regen on the road mode, and it put the like really heavy regen in for him. And the other really cool thing you know, I didn't get any footage in it because I had to basically strap in, so I have just their GoPro footage, but it's running like the sync system, and he was sure to point that out to me, as well as some of the engineers that were you know, working on the cars. Like, that's a Sync 4A system that's running. So in the Mach-E we have whisper, engage, and unbridled mode. This had you know, well, road, track, drifting. Like, I could just watch that all day. Well, he made it back safely from another hot lap. I think they're loading in some more people now. He's going to go back out. Apparently he did the morning session, he's doing the afternoon session, so he's been out here all day. Again, just so cool that Jim Farley is the one that's out here doing the laps. It was really cool to chat with him. But let us know what you think about the SuperVan 4, but more importantly, the Ford F-150 Lightning Switchgear. Are you excited by those type of demonstrators, basically? As they explain, it's like, it just allows them, one, to just go have some fun with no holds barred. It gives them a little bit of leeway of, you know, what they can do with electric, but it's also a good way of like tour the country and let people see like what electric can do. So the SuperVan 4, the fact that it did so well at Pikes Peak in the open class, setting the world record in that, or the Pikes Peak record in that, is one thing, but just being able to like give people rides is pretty exciting. I'm hoping that the switchgear gets to do the same type of thing, because I think it'd be really amazing to get some people out there and not just do like off-roading, but like high-speed off-roading, which is what it's capable of. It's just a fantastic ride for people. Of course, you're going to need some really good drivers to do that type of thing, and Ford has some available. So anyways, thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.